You offer me the dollhouse so freely. Well, in the place of a dark lord, you would have a queen, not dark, but beautiful, terrible as the dawn, treacherous as the sea, stronger than the foundations of the earth. All shall love me and despair. Just kidding.
How you doing?
Hey everyone, I'm Maev Evangelista and I'm going to be your Wednesday doll. Just a little bit about me. I'm a 26-year-old California native. I have a couple of hobbies that include hexing boys, avoiding my mortal enemies of course, and watching Stargate. I'm a little bit of an alien if you haven't guessed. Bloop. So this week we're supposed to be talking about our transitions. Now, my transition is very similar to Edie's in a lot of ways, especially the whole androgynous aspect and growing up that way in high school. So I'm gonna start a little bit after that. I feel like I really came into my own when I started working at a big box retail store, and I was really excited about that because I felt like I could finally start dressing and acting the way I want without being judged by a bunch of ridiculous hormonal teenagers like I was in high school. So I basically went to work dressed however I wanted, and over time I started wearing a full face of makeup, I started wearing high heels, I started wearing pretty much anything that a girl could wear, and I gave no fucks about it. I really didn't care if people did not like it. I did it, and I did it every day, and I treated every single aisle in that store like it was a runway. You could ask anybody who worked there. It was kind of ridiculous. I always had the wind blowing in my hair. It was a little fabulous, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, the way it worked at that store was I felt like I was going to be treated terribly. I thought I was like, oh wow, these people are gonna see the way I'm dressed and they're gonna laugh at me. They're gonna make fun of me. They're gonna treat me like a second-class citizen basically because of what I look like to them. And I was very surprised at the fact that a lot of people treated me just like everyone else. And I think that is the seed that planted in my mind that this could possibly be the person that I wanted to be one day. And that was majorly an issue before because I felt like people made it seem like it was impossible for a trans girl or a gay guy or anybody who was different to get a job in today's world, or that it was going to be so much more of a task for you because you were different. And while I feel like that may not have been true in this situation, I have found it is true in general. It is harder. But luckily for me, I landed a nice job with a lot of very nice coworkers. And they all were very good about asking me what my gender pronouns might be, how I identified, and at the time I really hadn't decided that I was female or that I was trans. So I kept telling them that I was a boy, which further confused them, and I felt really bad about it, but I just wanted to be sure that before I went down that road and decided that I wanted to start presenting as trans, that I was sure of it myself, because there's nothing worse than somebody who flip-flops, because people won't take you seriously if you go back and forth. So like I said, I wanted to be sure, very sure that that was exactly what I wanted to do. Now, like I said, I was just very floored at the fact that there were guys that worked in the install bay of this place that I worked at, which is kind of a place where the manliest of men worked, or in the car radio section, or in the home theater department, and they all treated me just with such respect, and I really do appreciate that. If any of them are watching, I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for doing that for me. It really helped me out. It really helped me become who I am today. But because of that, I grew and I became so much more confident in who I am. Now, there's a lot of trans girls who are really concerned with being clocky, what you look like, features being manly, do I look this way, do I look that way, but at that time, I was in such a place of people respecting me and treating me nicely and, you know, treating me like an equal that I didn't care about any of those things. I was in my own heaven. I was able to go to work every day and be myself. And, you know, there were customers that were rude sometimes, and there were people that said things to me under their breath, but I built up such a strong resilience because of wearing that armor every day and having people come up to me and ask me questions and approach me. So, when I finally did decide that I was trans, it wasn't as big of an issue for me to walk down the street dressed that way or to walk into the grocery store dressed that way, because I had already dealt with people. I had already been in social environments. So it wasn't that much of a problem for me to go out into the world once I had finally decided that I was a trans woman. Now, as far as today goes, I am happily a trans woman, and I've been that way for, I would say, probably 2 years. Most people in my life know and are very supportive of it, and I'm so glad that they are, because I know a lot of people don't have that in their life. And like I said, I'm thankful every day that it is the case. As far as this channel is concerned, I am so excited about this channel. I could not tell you how excited I am, except for I just did. But it's really more excited than that, I promise. These girls that are in this channel are girls that I've followed for a very long time. I was fans of them long before I ever decided that I wanted to be a part of a collab. We've been friends for pretty much 1.5 years now, I think, all of us, give or take a couple of months. And, we just decided that we wanted to do something different. We wanted to do something that other people hadn't done with a different group of girls. And I feel like it would be something a lot of people would want to watch. And I fangirl over them all a little bit, even though they're my friends, just because they're all people that I look up to. They're all people that I followed in my transition before I ever met them. And I kind of sneakily went out and befriended all of them. Just so that I could have them as friends, because they're all such lovely ladies. Besides that, there really isn't much else to say, I guess. I'm really excited about being on this channel, and I've said that so many times now. I really need to get a thesaurus. The word excited really has been used probably too many times in this video, and I'm sure you're tired of hearing it. So I'm just going to wrap things up and say I'm excited for our guest stars that we'll be having on Saturdays. I can't wait for next week's topic, and I hope this wasn't too scatterbrained and crazy, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday.